First violinist Marc Daniel van Biemen is unique in so many ways. He brings this youthful freshness to the orchestra, not only in his sense of style, but also his attitude. Hey man.
Hello.
Now, you are the product of two musician parents, correct?
That is correct.
So, did you have a sort of normal childhood in that case?
Nothing about my childhood was normal. Absolutely nothing. It's correct. My father was a violinist, and my mom is a cellist who just retired from the Residentieorkest in The Hague.
Music everywhere?
Just classical music.
And your father was your teacher?
That's correct.
How many years was he teaching you for?
He started when I was maybe 7, and then I moved to the States to study when I was 18, 19. So until then. And
how was that for one sort of father-son relationship?
Oh, it was terrible. I mean, well, it's you know, at some point you really have a teacher. You don't have a father figure.
Wow, that's quite intense.
Oh yeah.
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 Did it recover? Did you manage to?
I never managed to, because he passed away when I just turned 21. So I was living in the States already, studying, and then it was a very difficult relationship, obviously. And at some point, you know, maybe, I mean, I'm now almost 34. I think at this age, people sort of come to terms with who their parents are and how they brought you up, right?
Yeah.
So, but unfortunately, I was never given that chance to make up with my dad or to forgive him in some ways. But the interesting thing, though, is that when I was studying there for 1 year, he came over, and that's when he brought me his violin, which is a beautiful 1675 Nicola Amati, and he said, "It's yours now. You're ready." And that was such a huge moment for me.
Wow.
Before he passed away, I always felt like I have to do it because he wants me to do it.
Yeah.
When he passed away, that's when the thing clicked, like, wait a minute, now I have to do it. Now I'm going to do it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's an extraordinary legacy. Because, of course, it means so much more than just the fact that it's a violin.
Exactly.
Yeah. Interesting enough, you're not only interested in classical music, even though that was what your upbringing meant. You've discovered many different other types of music, and I know that you get involved in other types of music as well.
I do. The things I enjoy listening most to is jazz, and I do enjoy techno music a lot, because of I don't have to think. I still get an emotion, like driven or completely zoned out, spaced out, but it's an emotion nonetheless, which I enjoy so much because I don't have to think about anything.
And this stretches to another interest of yours. You are possibly the biggest fan of...
That would be James Bond.
James
I assume
Bond.
You're getting at,
right.
Yes.
Of James Bond that I've ever met. Where did this obsession start?
It started when I was younger. I think because of the strict regime with classical music for me. I mean, I'm talking 5-6 hours a day of practicing with my father. For me, the whole world of James Bond was sort of an escapism, and it was my fantasy world. It still is in some way. I'm a little bit more normal now, but... Normal? Yeah.
Okay, so normal. What did you do this summer?
I just had a normal holiday with a friend.
Tell us really what you did this summer.
All right. Well, my best friend has a beautiful car,
which
happens to be an Aston Martin, and it was our dream to do a road trip and visit some iconic James Bond locations.
But there was a lot of locations that you went to.
Yeah. We did about 9 locations in 10 days, in 5 different countries.
And food. Food is it. I've been to your house for dinner. It is spectacular. I mean, you're a proper foodie.
Yeah.
As high up as it gets. Where does that come from?
Again, my father, who was kind of a very good amateur chef. I was brought up with very, very fancy food, and I guess genes, you know, they run.
The apple doesn't fall far from the tree, I guess. Well, what an amazing legacy that your father has left you in so many ways.
Absolutely.
And I'm so thrilled to have you as a colleague in the orchestra. It's never a dull moment with you, thank goodness, with playing or outside of playing. Thanks, matey.
Thank you.
Thank you.